Hello, beautifuls. I'm so excited. I have one of my mentees here, Miesha from California, and she is a little bit halfway through her I Believe in Love Again program. How are you doing, Miesha?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much, BoYee, for having me.
You're so welcome, my dear. We just had our sixth session, our sixth phone call just now, and I just wanted to hop on here and let's update our audience because the last time we talked, I remember you just being so open and vulnerable, and I thank you for that because you shared with our audience back then you used to have panic attacks, and there were times when your panic attacks would last for literally 7 hours, 8 hours. You were going through a divorce. You know, you've just gone through so much, and not only do you know how to get out of these panic attacks very fast, you know how to slay demons. There's a lot of amazing updates in your life. But if there's anything you can share with our audience, maybe a bit more on how you used to be. We'll go over how you used to be compared to how you are now. If you can share a little bit about that. How would you say you used to be, like with your boundaries, emotionally, things of that nature?
Well, how I used to be was I would get into relationships back to back. And when I was in those relationships, I would give them money. I would do anything they wanted me to do because I wanted to keep them around. So I would always be a people pleaser. I never would say no. And I was also in a lot of abusive relationships too. So I would also do the same thing with them, like treated them like kings. I would treat men that would abuse me physically like a king. And that's just how I was living. And I didn't see anything wrong with it.
And how much pain would you say that caused you when you were a people pleaser and you treated these narcissistic men like kings? How did that make you feel?
I felt horrible. Every night I would cry myself to sleep. I became suicidal. I constantly had panic attacks. I was never, ever happy. I would even have nightmares some nights. I couldn't sleep, very, very restless, just because I knew that deep down inside, I knew it was wrong, but I didn't want to let go of it because I was so used to being abused. And so I kind of let that be my lifestyle.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. That's horrible. I know I can relate to all of that. I used to cry myself to sleep as well. So I completely relate. And whatever you're comfortable with sharing, because I know a lot of people who've gone through, who used to attract narcissistic men, boyfriends, husbands into their life, a lot of times they've gone through abuse in their childhood. Would you say you're a survivor of any sort of abuse? And you don't have to go into details, but would you say you've dealt with any of that?
In my childhood?
Yes.
Yes, I was abused as a child by a relative. So yeah, I went through that type of abuse. I think I was around 12 years old. And after he started abusing me, I felt like it was natural. So, and I think that's where that behavior or that pattern of things came from, probably stemmed from. So
yes, exactly. Thank you so much for sharing that. I really appreciate that. We really appreciate that. And so if you can share with us, where are you now? Like, what's different about you now? And I want you to be completely honest with us, you know, just how are you emotionally? How are you with your boundaries? How are you spiritually? What's different?
Well, what's different now is after doing my sessions with you, I learned to put up boundaries with people. So I started kind of dating around, testing the waters, and I would notice a narcissist right off the bat.
Yes.
I saw the red flags right off the bat just from having conversations with you and knowing what I should and shouldn't be doing, or who I should and shouldn't be dating, and how a narcissist works. And then also I ended up, by doing that and realizing my worth, I ended up finding a love. So
oh my goodness.
yeah, so now
Apply to my 3-month mentorship program. Space is limited.
So now I'm focused on that and just kind of still creating boundaries with him. I'm celibate until marriage, and And yeah, he's been treating me like a queen, because I always remember you saying that, you know, a woman should always be treated so good, and we should always be with a masculine man. And I was never with a masculine man. He's super masculine for me. And yeah, and my growth in church is even better now. I'm more learning the Bible better. I'm reading daily, praying daily, and fasting sometimes. Just getting closer to God and making sure that I'm doing His will at the same time. So yeah,
Yes.
it's been an amazing journey. I can't believe how far I've come. Like I honestly can say I never thought I would be here. I never thought I would even make it to this point. So
That's amazing, Miesha. Thank you so much for sharing. And like I said, we're only a little bit halfway through the program, and you are already at a place where you never thought was imaginable. So if you have any words for anyone who's kind of on the fence, if they should just book a clarity call with me to learn more about my program, what would you say to those women who are kind of on the fence?
do it, and do it quick. Because honestly, it's changed my life, ladies. And I think that you could benefit from it right away. Like, do a clarity call, see what you need to do, start setting boundaries in your life, because if not, you're going to end up like I was. You're going to end up giving money to the wrong men. You're going to end up being masculine in a relationship where you're supposed to be feminine. You're going to end up ruining yourself, and even sometimes feeling suicidal, not feeling worthy. And that's where I was in life. So I definitely say book with BoYee as soon as possible, because if I didn't book when I did, I would have been off the deep end. I was able to reach her. I'm able to reach her 24/7 when I need to. And if not, she'll get back to me right away. She's always there for me when I need her, and always gives me the best advice. And yeah, so I definitely recommend BoYee. Definitely.
Oh, thank you so much, Miesha. Thank you so much, my dear. And I look forward to our next call. You have a fabulous day, and we'll talk soon, my dear.
Thank you so much, BoYee. Have a blessed day.
Thank you.